Hey there, fine specimen of the human population. What I will be doing today is sorting my items into black market only and reading them out one by one. So this is something I've done a couple of times on this channel where I was reading item names. And simply because I received a comment by this fellow, I have decided to continue this series by reading out black market items only, so they can be of any type. So here we have our very first one, which is the Lightning McQueen black market body. The Lightning McQueen black market body. Black market, black market, black market body. Lightning McQueen, Lightning McQueen, McQueen. I don't really know how to say that properly. I always used to think it was Mac Queen, but I think how an American says it is like McQueen, but could be wrong on that. Lightning, McQueen, Lightning McQueen. This is starting to feel like a bit of a meme video, even though that wasn't my intention, but yeah, I've got 2 wins with it. And it has the focused eyes ability, or attribute, as one might maybe call it. The Lightning McQueen has focused eyes that reacts to speed. I think he starts to squint, with intensity when you drive a little bit faster. But moving on to our decals, we have not a great massive selection, to be truthful, but let's go through them one at a time. I should mention that this is in alphabetical order, but we have Discoid, It is a titanium white Discoid. It is a black market animated decal. I feel like if I emphasize all the D's and T's and like little poppy sounds, maybe that'll be somewhat relaxing to listen to, so I'm trying to do my best there. But we have a titanium white Discoid. Let's move on to the next one. We have Interstellar. Now, this one is a pink Interstellar. I'm trying to think of how to say it nicely. Interstellar. And I have 2 of them. I have a pink one and a sky blue one. Sky blue, pink. Interstellar, sky blue, and pink. These, some of you may remember from the old days of my YouTube channel, my main channel. These were used on my sort of main preset that I had. Those were the days. As you can see, we have 3,000 saves with both of these. Now, next up, we have the Stormwatch Noir decal. Black market animated decal. So, this one I think I purchased somewhat recently. Stormwatch. Noir. actually learning French now because I'm planning to go visit France with my friends, so I'm trying to get fluent at the language in like 6 months. But we have Stormwatch Noir. Beautiful, beautiful decal. I think I just like it because it's black and white. You know, it's just kind of been my theme as of late, is sort of dark, black colors, dark colors, black wheels and black and white decals and things like that. Even my banner is just dark. But yes, it's a very nice decal. Next up we have wet paint. Wet paint, wet paint, wet paint. It is paint that is wet, wet paint. It is also pink, as was our Interstellar. The wet paint is pink. Pink wet paint. Pink wet paint. Not much to say about that, although it does seem like I've used it quite a lot, as I have 2,514 saves with it. That is from the Ferocity series. I wonder if I should have named all of the different details of these decals as I went through them, but I don't know, I think it's perfectly fine. Next up, biomass. Biomass, biomass, biomass. Everybody's favorite biomass. In fact, I don't know that anybody loves biomass too much, but I remember it being kind of a big deal back in the day. It's, honestly, I think it's one of the older mystery decals, black market decals in the game. I don't think biomass was amongst thousands of decals. It was one of the very first, I feel like. Perhaps like in the group of the first 20 or less black market decals that existed. Biomass, 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 biomass. A little bit of lore. I remember doing a sort of a show match against Pulse MK back in the day using the Grog. No, actually, I think I was using the Proteus car with this decal, the biomass. Biomass with 116 saves. And I remember winning that series, or did I? I actually don't know. Maybe I didn't, but that's my recollection of it. Next up we have an absolute gem, actually. I don't know why, but I think this is a fantastic decal. Funny enough, I have barely ever used Draco Multichrome. Draco Multichrome. You know, I do wonder to myself, how come do they have a little tag above the name, the title of the decal, Draco, a little tag that says Multichrome, but then below Draco it also says Multichrome. And if we go back to Stormwatch Noir, an old character that we just familiarized with ourselves with, this has the same symptom of having noir written twice. I don't know what decision making went into that, but certainly interesting. Draco, 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 Draco multichrome, 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 multichrome. But I do think this is an incredible design, to be honest. It makes me think of enchanted items inside of Minecraft. Draco multichrome. It's just a very cool decal, I think. It's got very subtle animation. I'm a man of subtlety. I do enjoy subtle effects that are not sore for the eyes, but rather soothing and relaxing to look at. And I think this decal achieves that perfectly. The Draco multichrome. Now we get on to the last 3 decals, and then after that we're gonna have a few goal explosions, and I believe I will also go through my blueprints really quickly and just sort of add that as a cherry on top of the cake, so to speak, so to speak, so to speak, so to speak. So we have rippled, rippled, rippled. Maybe I should try to roll the R. Let's try that. Rippled, 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 rippled. This one would be forest green. I do find the design of it quite, how should one say, maybe ambiguous. It is just a big mess of randomness, but you know, rippled is a good word, I think, for ASMR purposes. Rippled forest, forest green, forest green, rippled, rippled. I've never used it, and I don't think I ever will. Frankly, I don't even know where I got it from, but I do have it, so rippled black market animated decal. Next up we have its brother, another forest green decal, black market animated decal, called Riser, Riser, for the lovers of rolled R's. Riser, Riser, Riser. I would love to hear at the end of this what your favorite ones have been out of all the items that I've read out. If there are any particular ones that pleased your ASMR ear. Riser, 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 Riser. And then after this one, the final decal in my personal inventory, my personal inventory, is Spectre, 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 Spectre. Nothing particularly special about this one, as it isn't painted. It doesn't have any special effect to it. It hasn't even been used, as it has exactly 0 saves. You know, this kind of makes me think of one aspect that I miss about trading in this game, which is that, I always thought it was cool that when an item has a certain amount of saves or whatever attribute it records, when you trade it to another person, I believe those attributes, the number, still remained on that item. So it's almost like it got passed down, And so if there had been an item that was gotten in the very, 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 very early days of Rocket League, as that item would pass down from one player to another, and then another, and then another, eventually that number would get so high that it would just be the reigning champion of all items. But I do kid. To be fair, I do think this is actually a really nice decal when I think about it, so it's not an important thing that it doesn't have any attributes or anything attached to it. But that is Spectre, 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 Spectre. Let's move on to the very final group of items, which shall be the goal explosions. Yes, I'm going to find this sound of the goal explosion slightly distracting, so let me turn down my audio ever so slightly. I also hope you guys don't mind my little anecdotes and stories that I tell in between some of these items, because, I don't know, I like to yap, I like to talk, whatever. We have actually a goal explosion that I love very much, and yet I have not even used it, which is kind of ironic. It's ironic. It is very ironic. This is a black market goal explosion called Righteous Gale. Righteous Gale. Righteous, righteous, righteous. Righteous Gale. Gale, 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 gale. Gale. Righteous Gale. It is beautiful. I think one of the reasons I got this goal explosion is because it has like fun colors, kind of similar to the colors in my logo, and so I was always a fan of it. Just felt like it fit my branding and stuff. But that is Righteous Gale. Righteous Gale. Main reason I don't use it is because I think ultimately there were other goal explosions that I preferred over it. But we move on to Atomizer. 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 It actually surprises me that I've used the Atomizer for 949 goals, because I personally don't remember ever using this. So that is a little bit surprising, but that is our Atomizer. Atomizer, Atomizer, Atomizer. Now we move on to Digiglobe. 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 It is titanium white and has the striker attribute attached. I guess I didn't mention that Righteous Gale had the goalkeeper attached. Now, the DigiGlobe is an interesting one. I never actually thought about how it has the entire Earth mapped onto it, which is kind of a cool little detail, I guess you could say. But that is DigiGlobe. DigiGlobe. I think one of my sort of knee-jerk reactions was to call it DigiGlobe, because I think that's how in Finnish we would probably think to say it, like DigiGlobe. But it is the DigiGlobe Black Market Goal Explosion. Next up, Disco Party. I'm not gonna lie, Disco Party reminds me a little bit about, a little bit of Fortnite. I remember playing years and years ago in Fortnite, and there was I think they called it the boogie ball or something like that. When you would throw this item, it would make your opponents dance, and you could just wail on them, So that is Disco Party. Disco Party. Disco Party. Disco, 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 disco. Disco, 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 disco. Party, 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 party. Disco Party, Disco Party. I'm not gonna lie, that might be my favorite one out of all of the items so far. Disco Party. Just feels like every syllable in it has a little bit of a nice ASMR quality to it. Disco Party. But let's move on. We actually have another righteous scale. This one is a tactician. And I guess when I said that I hadn't used this, I was incorrect, because while I did not use my goalkeeper righteous scale, I have actually used the tactician. I have used the tactician righteous scale Black Market Goal Explosion, and I have achieved 38 centers with it. But let's just get on to the next one. We have, okay, this one's a tricky one. Sphenergy. Do I say sphenergy or sphenergy? I think the intention is that it's called sphenergy. Sphenergy. I'm not gonna lie, from the Psionics team, this is one of the more interesting naming choices. Sphenergy. Sky blue Sphenergy. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen this one before, actually. Or maybe I have. I think I've seen that in game before. The Sky Blue Acrobat Sphenergy. And the very final Black Market Goal Explosion that I have is Tune. Surprisingly, I have used it for 208 goals, which I really don't remember that either, but it is kind of a cool explosion, so shout out to Tune. we've gone through all the items, I think that I want to just quickly finish this video by checking out all of the blueprints that I have. Not gonna dwell on it for too long, but let's just check it out. We do have 53 of these, so it's gonna take some time even if I go slowly, but to be fair, a lot of them are repeats, so shouldn't be too much to worry about here. But let's begin. I wonder how long this has been going on for, but I think I've been maybe recording for 20 minutes or something like that. Just a rough estimate, but let's see. We have all 53 blueprints here, starting with encryption. The encryption blueprint. We have a Cobalt Victor encryption as well here. And then we have the 20XX, or maybe 20XX, 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 20XX. We have a couple of them actually from two different series. And then another one that is a Striker 20XX, 20XX. Then we have an Airstrike, Forest Green, Airstrike. Another Atomizer, which I had in my inventory as well. Buffy Sugo. Carbonator. Dueling dragons. I always thought of one of the ults, the ultimate ability in Overwatch whenever the Skull Explosion came out. Just always reminded me of that. It seemed like it was inspired heavily. The dueling dragons. Then we have encryption again, this time a pink one. Pink encryption. This makes me realize that this is not actually in alphabetical order as I thought it would be, but that's perfectly fine. Gravity bomb. Interstellar with the turtle certification. Then we have Meteor Storm. Meteor Storm. Neuro Agitator. Agitator. Phoenix Cannon. Phoenix Cannon. Crimson Phoenix Cannon. Shade Raid. I actually want to look at this one super quickly because, oh yes, it's the one that changes the color. to like this comic book style. Shade raid, shade raid, 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 shade raid, sky blue. Stipple, 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 stipple gate. I could swear that I've heard in many ASMR videos the word stipple, and it's been like a bit of a crowd favorite among a lot of people. I think a lot of people really enjoy the word stipple, 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 stipple gate, stipple gate, stipple, Paragon stipple gate, Playmaker stipple, stipple gate. Then we have stride tide, stride tide, stride, stride tide, stride tide, a guardian stride tide, a playmaker stride tide, and then sub-zero, zero, sub-zero, 0, 0, 0. I like the word zero quite a lot, actually. Sub-zero. Tidal stream, tidal stream. It's a lot of S's and T's, right? Like we have stride tide, stipple gate, and sub-zero. Now tidal stream, tidal, 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 tidal stream, tidal stream. Tune, 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 tune. Back to tune again. We have Paragon tune, Burnt Sienna show off tune, Black tune, Lime tune, Titanium white tune. Damn, that's a lot of tunes. In fact, that is 6 in a row. That must have been in one of the, what you call it, rocket passes, I bet. That's the only way I would have got so many of them. Trigon blueprint, Trigon, 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 Trigon. This makes me wonder if, wasn't there a car called Trigon in the game, or am I just making things up? I kind of want to go and look for Oh, I was close. It's called Triton, 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 Triton. But I believe that has been everything that I can do for this episode. You know, I could do more item readings in the future. I mean, realistically, I probably have a lot more cars than I did when I did the first episode. So maybe I do another reading of cars. But it's up to you guys, really. Just let me know if there is something you would like me to do. There is the paint finishes and wheels and boost and toppers, antennas, skull explosions, trails, anthems, banners, avatar borders, and all kinds of stuff that we could do a video on if you guys wanted me to. Let's just make sure I get back my decals that I actually want to use. This one on the blue team, this one on the red team. And I guess if anyone is curious what is my setup, here you can see the black visionary wheels, the gusted boost. I guess I did get a comment asking me for this, so gotta make sure to reply to this guy later and let him know that I do in fact use the gusted boost and the black visionary wheels with these two decals, the 2026 Dignitas and 2025 DSM. It's not particularly that I support either of these teams, it's just I just like how they look, really. And even more so if you look at my antenna, that up there is my logo. And I like these decals because it kind of has my logo colors on them. This one having the light blue and the pink of my logo, and the other team having a little bit of yellow, red, blue, and I guess that's it, right? There is no, it is missing pink, but this team has the pink. So I like the decals because it has my logo colors embedded in them. But yeah, and the flag, obviously it's my very own flag, which I think to this day I feel very should I say blessed to have my very own item in Rocket League. Like, this means a lot to me. It's very awesome that I can have something like this in the game. But yeah, very cool. This is the goal. I use Nomster, but we do not call him Nomster, we call him Herm. H-E-R-M. Herm. Herm. This is Herm, everybody. Say hello. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Once again, shout out to the person that, recommended that I do this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I guess for the end of this, we could just quickly look at if there's any black market decals in the store right now. I would tell you to support my creator code, but I do not actually have one anymore because I think I just was so inactive that they just sort of deleted it at some point. But yeah. Ooh, what is this decal? It's kind of nice, right? What else do we have? Ooh, this is a cool car. What the hell? Wait, is this from what is this from? I don't know if this is like a reference to something or... Oh, it's like a Buzz Lightyear thing. Is this like Toy Story? I am a little confused. I don't know if this is like Toy Story related or not. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have no clue. But the fact that it has like Lightyear on it, and it's clearly Buzz Lightyear, it makes me think that this is Toy Story related. But that is interesting. Well, there is Fire God. Another black market animated decal. We also have Interstellar, Solar Flare. Then we have nothing in this pack. Nothing in this pack. And I guess that's everything. It's everything I can show you guys. I think one thing I like to do at the end of my videos is have the audio very slowly lower and lower and lower until you can barely even hear me, because I feel like it sends you off into sleep. Although that might be annoying for people that actually want to listen to it all the way through while being awake. So, I don't know. We'll see if I continue doing that. But thank you for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Honestly, a couple of my ASMR videos have been doing a lot better than I thought they would, so yeah, I mean, thank you guys. As well for the comments, because the comments really motivate me to keep going and putting out this content, so that's really what I do it for. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't really, at this point in my career, now that I'm not really that embedded into doing content as much, I mean, like, I want to be now, but after all these years of not really doing content regularly, I have sort of lost this itch to push for views and things like that. I mean, that was never a thing for me, really, but now it's even less. I just kind of enjoy the idea of people enjoying what I do, and I just appreciate the support I receive, and that's what means the most to me at the end of the day. So thank you guys. Good night.